Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be testing and playing with some new makeup. I guess this is kind of a chatty get ready with me. I also wanted to talk about the recent trip that I took to Charleston with a bunch of other creators, a bunch of other influencers, and just tell you more about that, how that came about, what it was about at its core, because I feel like I did post my vlog recently about the week that we were away. And a lot of people had some very similar questions, and I saw some questions floating around online. So I kind of wanted to, I was going to say address them. They're not drama questions, but they're just questions. But I also really wanted to play with some of the makeup that we were so generously gifted. I mean, there were several brands that sponsored the trip, but like the big thing that I really want to try today is the Don't Be Jelly palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. This thing, I have swatched it, okay? I did swatch it, but I have not yet put it on my eyes. And several of the women that were there immediately were like, no, this is something I need to wear tonight. Wait till you see, look at this. And I can't even accurately portray the duality of a lot of these colors. They are so beautifully vibrant, but so shifty. It is just gorgeous. And we received a ton of beautiful lipsticks from BK Beauty, as well as a bunch of brushes. We received some stuff from Colourpop. We received Sigma. So, I mean, I feel very lucky, but I want to test all this stuff out, just kind of have fun playing with it and tell you a little bit more about the trip. The very first thing I want/need to do though is I need to put something on my lips. This is something that we did not get on the trip, like in our goodie bags, but I did get this on the trip. So Angie and NYX did bring this for me. I think it was something that maybe she just didn't need, but oh my God, I've been using it and I love it. So this is the adorable little lip mask from the Alice in Wonderland Colourpop kit, and it's called Pure Madness. This smells like funfetti cake. It smells like funfetti, which is kind of heavenly. I thought that would be too much, but this has been like really, really nourishing. I like to put this on kind of while I'm doing my makeup and just let it like really soak in. It's thicker. It's definitely a mask as opposed to like a balm. I really, really like it though. Oh, it feels so good and it really smells and tastes good. I'm not gonna lie. So again, we were gifted a bunch of brushes from BK Beauty and I'm gonna be using some of these. I also, the other thing that I wanna test out, you saw this probably in my last video where I talked about Sigma and everything like that. They sent me one of the color switches, which is supposed to remove all color. So I really wanna try that. But I'm gonna start actually with my eyes today. One thing I want to try to start off with, and then I promise I'm going to get into it, is one of these new Colourpop shadow sticks. So the shadow stick isn't new, but they reformulated them recently. So I'm really curious. I've tried one of them and I really liked it. It was really creamy. I have not tried this one yet. So this shade is Cold Girl and it is metallic, but it is white. So I figure it would make a good base. So yeah, as I mentioned, I just kind of want to start off by talking about how the trip came about, because this situation is, I feel like, a bit unusual overall. Wow, this is really metallic. I don't know if I love that, but we're gonna keep pressing forward. But yeah, this situation was really unique. So I had to look this up, August of 2022, we got an email from Samantha March, and Simbri. And they were basically just testing the water, saying, how would you all feel about a community trip? So this is not, like a brand trip. This would just be a trip for influencers to just get together and just support each other and just have fun together. Because so many times when it's, a brand trip or things like that, everybody is so focused on certain things, or like the big focus is, let's say it's a brand releasing a new mascara. Then everyone's around, just focusing on that mascara because they are required to post things and everything like that. Well, this was more just about community. It was only about community. And I thought that that was an absolutely beautiful concept. And they tested everyone, or polled everyone to say like, okay, let's see what areas we would want to stay in. Let's see what price range you're comfortable with and everything like that. And it even got to the point, by the way, I'm not sure if I love this. We're going to see when eyeshadow goes over it, but like, I love the texture of these. They are very creamy and that works for me, but like metallic white is a lot. But yeah, they had polled everyone to ask, and it got to the point even where I sent in my deposit for the house we were going to be staying in once we decided that the location we were going to be going to was Charleston. And they found this house that is just so beautiful, and they split it up. There was going to be 20 women who agreed that they really wanted to go, and they split it up, and we sent in our portion. And then several weeks later, maybe it was even several months later, we all got an email that was like, hey, surprise, we have a sponsor for the house. They are going to pay for the house. So all of our money there got refunded. Okay, before I talk too much, let's go into this palette. So I'm going to start with Seafoam, which is a beautiful matte pastel green. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can tell, this brush already, by the way, we made fun of ourselves so many times on this trip, and everyone was going, good, guys, can you see it? Can you see it? But see, it's the only way to get things to focus sometimes. This is the BK Beauty 212, but it does have eyeshadow on it. So I think they have, like, it says at the top where to blend each thing, and I'm sure you can do it wherever, but I'm going to try. Oh, wow. Can you already see the shadow picking up there? It's coming off the brush nicely. I was worried this was going to be a little too harsh, because these are rubbery, and these brushes are very soft. Wow, it's okay, can you see it on there? I don't know if you can see it in person, but I can definitely see it. Took off all the pigment? It took off all the pigment. That's really cool. Okay, anyway, we got our money back, and then we found out who else was going on this trip, and I started getting just so excited because it was all of these women that I've been watching for so many years. And I was so excited just to be around that kind of creativity, but that community. It's that sense of community because in June, it will be my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. I've been doing this for 10 years. So I started my channel because I wanted community. I wanted, like-minded people who I could chat with because there was this thing that I loved. By the way, I think I'm going to take this very far out. So we're going to see, but I want to take this out and I'll clean it up, and I might go back in even and blow it out even more once I do my foundation. But anyway, I wanted community. So the idea of this community trip and getting to connect in person with all these creators was just so incredibly, incredibly appealing to me. And I was in from the start. And I just, we had like a year to get excited about this trip. This color is so pretty. I don't know why I don't have anything else like this in my collection, but it is just, it's called Seafoam. That is the exact color I would call it. It's this beautiful, like minty seafoam green, and it's really pretty. And honestly, it is sticking nicely to the eyeshadow stick. Like, I don't think I'd use these shadow sticks on their own, but as bases, I will use them nonstop. They are so nice for that. So all this planning was taking place, and it was taking Samantha and Simbri like close to a year. On their side, but they probably were planning for over a year for all I know. But like, it was, little things were coming out here and there, and we'd get an email that was like, oh, hey, by the way, another sponsor signed on, and it's Colourpop. Like, what? But at the core of it, it was like made very clear that we were not required to post anything. Nobody was required to post a single thing. So it's kind of like, these brands are doing it, you would guess, in hopes of being posted, but nobody was required to post a single thing. So then we found out Colourpop, and then we found out Sigma, and then we found out Undefined Beauty, then we found out Ofra, then we, it's just all these things. It just kept coming. And by the way, I don't know if I said this, but the house itself was sponsored and paid for by BK Beauty. They also paid for several of our dinners. I want to say all three dinners. Let me see. Yeah, they paid for all three of our dinners, and it's just, it was, fantastic in that way. So, the day comes, and I was very nervous. Let's see, by the way, if I can see, since this is an actual green color, I wonder if you'll be able to see it on the switch this time. So you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely on there, and the brush has no more pigment. Okay, I really like this. And again, it's not like too harsh on the bristles. All right, I'm dipping into Lagoon, which is just a beautiful, vibrant matte blue. I'm going to take this very gently and maybe go back in little by little, but this is going to go directly in the crease and on the outer corner. Oh, that's a pretty blue. But yeah, as the day got closer, I started getting, a little bit nervous because it's who I am. I'm not going to lie. Like, I try to have all the confidence in the world. But when I looked at this list of women, I was seeing these women with, and I know numbers shouldn't matter, but they have 300,000 followers on YouTube, or 200,000 on Instagram, or, you know, 50,000 on YouTube or whatever. And I'm over here and I'm so proud and thankful for, you know, my audience and things like that. My audience, my followers, my friends, my rock stars. But I am only at a much smaller level than any of these women. In fact, I have the smallest following of any of them. And I think I was letting that get in my head a little bit. Like, nobody's going to know who I am there. Nobody's going to, like, I'm not going to be included. You know, it's just, they're going to wonder why I was invited at all. I was getting in my head. And I know it was me getting in my head, but I was. So anyway, these colors are blending out nicely. This blue is a little not as punchy as I would like it to be, but maybe I need to pack it on more instead of blending it. So then as the day got closer, we did find out that Samantha was not going to be joining us. If you want to know why, I encourage you to go to her Instagram, which is March Beauty Word, and take a look at her post there. It is her story to tell. It is not my story to tell, but she did mention, you know, some things that are going on in her life right now. And we were crushed. We were all really crushed to know that the person who had been spending so much time and energy with Simbri putting this together was not going to be able to make it. So that was kind of like, I don't know. I was really upset by that. We found that out 2 days before the actual trip. But anyway, then the day came for Charleston. Okay, again, I want to pause real quick and talk about this. This blue is not performing as well as I would like it to. It's not bad, but I'm packing it on and then blending it out. And it's really pretty, and I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the base, but in here, it is a very, very bright blue, and it's coming out very kind of like washed and muted, which I kind of think is interesting, but I'm just packing it on as much as possible and before blending it out to try to get some of that. I mean, I guess it's a little brighter now, but I want it to be bright. And again, I'm going to be cleaning up over here before I put on my foundation, so I'm not worried about it being messy at all, because I'm probably even going to go back later and blow this out even more. But for now, let's stop there. So the main sparkle shade I want is this one, which is Luminescence. I can't even tell you, in the pan, this is purple, it is gold, it is green, it is blue. It shifts every single which way. I wonder if you can see it in the mirror at all. It's just really, really, really beautiful. And I can't wait to use it, but I'm going to use some NYX Glitter Glue. I want a slightly stiffer brush for this, so I'm using some rando Sonia Kashuk brush from literally like a million years ago and putting that all over the lid. But yeah, the day came when Charleston, you know, happened or whatever, and, you know, I arrived and I got to immediately meet a few people, but I was nervous once we got to the house. And once people started showing up, every insecurity that I had about that kind of thing immediately disappeared, because every single one of these women, as they walked in, gave these big, true, honest hugs. Now, something about me that you should know. Oh my God! First of all, you should know that that I love this. I love this shimmer. But something about me. Fun fact: there is very little that I hate more in this world than a flimsy, soft hug, like that gentle pat on the back where people lean away from each other. It kills me. I hate it so much, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable. It's almost like somebody spit in their hand or licked it and then shook your hand. Like, same vibes. Oh my God, I love this color. So every one of these women, again, genuine good hugs, and there was not a single one that was unfriendly. There was not a single one that was standoffish. Whether they had 300,000 followers or 20,000 followers or 10,000 followers, everyone was treated like an equal from literally the very first moment. And that is what community is about. That is the idea of this trip. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we were so incredibly lucky to have brands sponsor this trip. It may help to make the trip more financially possible for a lot of people, you know, and financially feasible for a lot of people. But the whole purpose of the trip was community, and that is what we got. This shade, I don't know if you can see exactly how shifty it is, but literally I can see the gold, the green, the purple, the everything. For the outer edge, I want to go in with Sea Space, which is just a very purple slash blue duochrome. And I'm going to put that right in between Luminescence and that blue and see if that comes up. I'm just using the same brush. Oh, wow, you can see the difference. Look how pretty that is. Oh, this palette is so much fun to play with. It really, really is. And just like, this is my introduction to Unearthly Cosmetics. And let me say, I am pretty freaking happy. I don't know what I expected. I don't know if I expected someone to be like, oh, hi, I'm sorry, who are you again? But not a single one of them. And like, to see these women kind of, I guess, in the flesh, you know, these people that I've watched online for years. I'm seeing Lauren May Beauty. I'm seeing Hannah Louise Poston. I'm seeing Makeup Molly. I'm seeing, you know, these people who maybe if I've met them before, it was in this like, you know, little way, like maybe at like a Gen Beauty dinner or an Ipsy dinner, things like that. It was nothing like this big sense of community that I was getting here. And we all just were able to sit and talk and really meet each other and just, I don't know. It just was amazing. It really was. And let me talk about the actual events that we did. I do want to pause for a sec though and talk about this. So far, this shade Lagoon, the blue, is the only one that was like slightly disappointing. But as soon as I was packing it over top of the other shimmer shades, I definitely got more of a vibrant punch, which is kind of nice. I do like that. I guess I just wish it was a little more opaque. You know what? I want to do one more color. I'm actually going to take this pencil brush. This is the 207. And I want to go into Sea Urchin, which is by far the deepest, darkest shade in here. It's a very dark purple. And I want to put that right on the outer edge. I just want this to be deeper over here. There we go. I mean, I need to blend it out, but maybe that was the vibe I was looking for. Maybe I just needed something a little deeper. I still want that blue to show, but something needed to give a little bit. Oh, that really ups the smoke factor. Just adding a little more Seafoam. I'm just going in and cleaning this up, but the day we landed was Monday, and we couldn't get into the house until 4 p.m. So we waited until 4 p.m., but once we got in, we just kind of all got settled, and we went to our rooms, and we could see like laid out on all of our beds were all these goodies. Now, I'm somebody who has been watching videos on brand trips for years, okay? Years, like since they started happening. Like who remembers when Sigma took a bunch of influencers to Paris and, you know, all the tripping with Tarte kind of stuff when they walk into their room and they see like, or they walk into the bathroom, maybe there's like a piece of skincare there. Or if they're celebrating the launch of a new lipstick, the lipstick is set up, you know, on their bed, really displayed beautifully or something. We walked in to see a custom sweatshirt from BK Beauty and a hat and a koozie and a tote bag. And then this bag that, hold on a minute. You guys, when I tell you this thing was filled to the brim with stuff, I am not exaggerating. It was filled to the brim. I'm gonna put this back down. By the way, I am gonna go back and finish my eyes, but I'm just gonna do, you know, my foundation and everything first. I'm trying to figure out which brush to use because I feel like I'm trying to branch out, but I can't. I gotta go to my 106. Let's see how this thing does with foundation, by the way. But is there a special spot for foundation on here? Okay, let's try it on this. Oh, okay, so you can definitely see the foundation coming off. But anyway, so we walk in and there's all this stuff and there's a blanket that's been, you know, embroidered with our names and things like that. And I tried, you know, it's so many of you called me out, rightfully so, on my page because I kept talking about how I was like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. And I have a very hard time with believing that I deserve things, especially, you know, but I deserve this. I deserve this. I'm going to be using, this is kind of like an old favorite that I ran out of and I'm happy to have again. So this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. And I'm just going to be applying this with the brush. I'm probably going to go in with several layers of this, but I want to start small. But yeah, it was such like a warm, welcoming feeling, you know, to see that there. And there were flowers everywhere and like a balloon arch. I was about to say balloon animals. That'd be creepy. You walk in and there's just like a balloon monkey sitting on the bed. Could be fun. But everything was just decorated so beautifully. The second we walked in, we felt like, you know, this was just a cool place to be. So we went out to dinner that night, a place called Butcher and Bee that was Mediterranean food. I did mention this in the vlog, but I didn't eat anything because I'm allergic to chickpeas and tahini, like the ingredients of hummus. So, by the way, this is a little too light for my skin. We're gonna warm it up, don't worry. But like, I still really love the coverage of this tinted moisturizer. It is so gentle coverage, but it evens things out, so that's really nice. But anyway, we went out to dinner that night, and that was such a good kickoff because we just easily launched into conversation, all of us. Like there was a couple moments where I looked around and everyone was just talking to everyone and looked so happy and comfortable. And that was kind of the theme for the rest of the trip. Happy and content and comfortable. I think I'm gonna actually leave the coverage light today. I thought I was gonna go a little more hardcore heavy on it, but I think I'm gonna leave it lighter than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna try this brush. This is the 110. This is not the kind of brush I usually use for concealer, but it's one that Lisa from BK Beauty herself did mention she likes using for that. So I am using just my Flower Beauty concealer. We did receive concealer from Colourpop, and I picked the wrong shade, okay? We were told to pick out our shades beforehand. The shade I picked out turned out to be white. Like when I say white, I mean like paper white. It was not my shade. Thankfully, one of my friends who is a pale bitch is going to be taking it off my hands, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, before talking about more, I am going in with the Pretty Fresh powder, pressed powder, and this is in light 6. I haven't used this yet, but this color looks like it should be okay. And I'm actually going to use that same BK Beauty brush 110 to just kind of press this powder on to spots where I need it. Oh, that did a nice job. Again, I do know that these shades are way too light for my skin right now, but we are gonna fix that. I really like the way this powder looks. I'm not a huge fan of powder, if you didn't know. This looks very nice and hydrating. I wanna use the Sigma matte bronzer that I used in my last video just to kind of warm up the face a little bit. I'm kind of doing a bronzer. But anyway, that first night, so we had dinner, it was great. But my favorite part of the night came when we got back to the house, because we did what I think is probably the most vicious white elephant I've ever done. You could probably see it in the video, you know, if you watch the vlog, but just in case you didn't, it was completely different because you had to roll a die, okay? And if you rolled a 6, 7, or 8, like you had to roll 2 dice rather. If you rolled a 6, 7, or 8, you got to pick a gift off the table, a wrapped gift off the table, and we all had to bring a gift with us. We went around the circle, and some people wound up with having like 3 gifts in front of them, and some people had 0. But then there was a second round. In this one, it was timed, okay? We had 15 minutes to roll the dice again. And once you rolled a 6, 7, or 8, you got to steal someone else's gift. And by this point, all the gifts had been opened, so we got to see everything. Oh my goodness, like the chaos, the stress. We were all stressed the F out and just going, blah, 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 blah. But I obviously got the best gift, okay? This gift was basically made for me. Is this not amazing? I did find out that this was brought by Stephanie, who is Beauty Unhyped, and I was so pumped to get that one. Okay. But that part where everyone was stealing gifts and everything like that, but in general, it was just such a great icebreaker. It was such a fantastic icebreaker, and it really got everyone to know each other, and just, we were laughing so hard, we were crying. It was like that level of just pure freaking happiness. And again, this was such a community event. It was just us hanging out. Like when I see these tripping with Tarte and things like that, it looks like 90% of the trip is just everyone standing in their super tight dresses and taking pictures. And you know what? We stood around in our super tight dresses and took some pictures. And then we went back to our rooms. We took off our makeup. We got in sweatpants. And then the real party started. I want to try one of the new cream blushes. Ooh, that's a bold choice, but these are the Sigma cream blushes that we got. I don't know what brush I want to use with this. Let me see. You know what? Let's try this one. This is the BK 113. It's just a nice brush. I'm going to try it with this first. Oh, wow. These are very pretty and very creamy. So I'm going to just dot this on. Oh, these are super emollient. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, woo, I like this formula. So some cream blushes are a little more hard pressed. These are very emollient, which is what I personally like in a cream blush. These are reminding me a little bit of the Melt ones, and you guys know how I feel about the Melt cream blushes. This shade is so pretty too. Oh, I like this one. What is this again? Coral something? Coral Dawn? Oh, I like this. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, wow. Ooh, I like this color. Guys, this feels really good too. Okay, anyway, I am gonna go back in and I wanna touch up the eyeshadows because I wanna bring them out much further. So I'm just using the same colors I already used, but like I want these to be out, like borderline to my temples. At the end of the day, those are the moments that I'm going to cherish most, that I'm gonna remember most, is all of us sitting around in like sweatpants and just being casual and relaxed and just connecting with each other and, you know, finding out about each other's channels and each other's journeys and where do you live, where are you from. Like, it wasn't about, you know, creating content or anything like that. And granted, I created a lot of content because I was inspired to, not because I had to. And that was just something really, really cool. I love this green. I want to put this green all over my whole face. Like, I'm probably going to blow this out pretty hard down here too. That sounds really dirty. I'm going to blow this out hard. For eyeliner, I think I'm going to use one of these new, I want to maybe try this one. So this is the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner. The shade is Outer Space. It's kind of a deepened teal. So I'm going to put this on and then smudge it out, I think, but let's try it. These are a really nice formula, by the way. They're very, very creamy, but I feel like they last quite a long time on me. Hold on, I can't do this and talk at the same time. You know what? I don't even need to smudge it out. I think that really helps bring the look together, though. This shade is pretty. It's a little harder to get show up on top of all these shimmers, but it's really, really pretty. Oh, I do like that. And I want to try this other one. So this is Swerve, which is just black. Black, I have a hard time getting to stay on my waterline and my tight line. So let's test this out. Oh, it went on very nice on the tight line. So I'm nervous about this one. I did talk about this in one of my most recent videos, and Honey Dude is the shade, but it is like close to my skin tone. I'm curious to see how this looks. Oh, I think that did a nice job of brightening up the eye. I mean, I think it'll look better once I put some mascara on, but I'm happy with that. Oh, that's fun. I like it. Let me put some mascara on and I'll be right back. I really like the way that completed the look. Okay, so we also got 4 highlighters from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is, I don't know if it's with the Don't Be Jelly collection or what, but there are 4 different shades: Twilight, Spectre, Mirage, and Spellbinding. And on the label, the colors look some sort of way. So I'm wondering if I can guess just by this. I feel like I want to try Twilight. I think that this is the more blue toned one. Now, these are not natural looking glow from the heavens highlighters. These are, you know, let's channel some Teresa here. These are like alien slut highlighters, okay? So yeah, this one is kind of hard to see, but it definitely has a blue tone to it. So I'm using my usual brush, which is the Moda BMX 265 Glow Brush. I don't see, is there anything coming off there? Oh, these are glittery. Okay, well, let's see. That's really pretty, but I will say these are definitely glittery highlights. These are not like light shimmer. These definitely have glitters to them. Still really pretty though. I want it to be more intense. What if I applied it with my finger? Not a whole lot is coming up. I don't know if you can see, like I'm really pressing in there. So, oh, okay, there we go. That's intense now. This is glitter though. I just figure if we're gonna commit, we might as well do it on both sides, huh? I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be honest, since it is so glittery, but the look is kind of otherworldly, so I'm not mad. Okay, before I spray my face, I do also want to try the Sigma Tint and Tame Brow Gel, and the color is clear. So I'm not sure how you can tint your eyebrows with clear, but we'll see. Has just a little spoolie. I did recently get my eyebrows laminated, so they kind of stick up a little more easily. So let's see how this does with it. So this did help to comb them in place nicely. I don't know how the hold is going to be though. This feels like a very light gel, like it's not something that will necessarily hold them in place, but it does get them into place. I just would like it to stay there. It's nice. It is nice. I don't love this as much as my NYX Brow Glue. This could be good like for running out the door, but yeah, it's nice. So I'm trying to think what my other favorite like moments were of the trip, and I feel like just again those times when we were all just hanging out. I mean, during the gift exchange we wound up with 3 karaoke mics. One of them came from me as the gift that I brought, but we had some serious karaoke going down. It was just like, it felt like you were hanging out with a group of friends. It felt like you were hanging out with a group of friends and you were just on vacation, but like there was very few moments of me sitting around going like, I don't know anyone, everyone's, you know, this or everyone's that. No, like you just had fun. And I connected so much with so many people. And there were so many people who maybe I've talked to a few times on like Instagram DMs or something like that. But to be able to get to like hug these people and see what they're like in their element, like they are all beautiful souls. And maybe I'm biased, but it's just like these women were just such powerhouses. They're so unbelievable. Like I'm going to leave everybody linked down below. I did in my vlog as well, but I'm going to leave them linked down below. Check them out because they are just amazing. And what you see is what you get. They are all so incredibly genuine and just, I feel so thankful and honored to be included on that first trip. And good God, I hope I'm in the next one. I want to be on the next one so bad. BK Beauty did come out with 6 new shades of lipstick, but they gave us their whole collection. So I definitely want to use one of these. Oh, because I have not yet. And they look so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, I love these shades. I mean, they're everything from like vibrant oranges to like light pinks and, ooh, that's a pretty color. I'm gonna put that one aside for now. A little too bright, a little too deep. That could be good. A little too light, way too light. Not for today. So which one of these should I go for? You know what? This one keeps standing out to me. This shade is Inner Beauty. I'm gonna see if I have a lip liner to match. I'm gonna go in with a little Urban Decay Liar just to get somewhat of a line. And then I'm going in with Inner Beauty. By the way, what's delightful, these tubes are nice and heavy, but also magnetic. I just get a kick out of it. Oh, this color is pretty. It's really rosy. Looks really shiny from the package. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, more. Did I just find my new favorite lipstick formula? Guys, this is so beautifully emollient. It is so beautifully emollient. It feels so good. It looks so good. Now, I will say this is a very creamy formula, so this is not like a liquid lipstick where this will last through all your meals. This feels like, it feels like the lip mask almost. That's how hydrating it feels. Oh, and it looks so good. What shade is this again? Inner Beauty. Inner Beauty. I'm kind of obsessed. All right, so really quick recap about the stuff I used and how I feel about it. I just want to give a quick one. The Don't Be Jelly palette, damn, this is fun to play with. And this is such like a shifty, metallic, like underwater look. Love, love, love it. The BK Beauty brushes, I just adore these. I really adore these, and I do think they are worth the money. The Sigma Switch, this is amazing. I love this, and I think I like this more than the color switch I was using that was like in the little pan. I think I like this a lot more. We'll have to see how it cleans, but I imagine this would be way easier to clean than that as well. What else do I have sitting here? Okay, the highlighter. This is not my favorite. This is not my favorite, and I have only tried the one, but it's glitter. It is definitely glittery, and it makes an impression and is really cool. Okay, but look at that on screen though. It makes a cool impression, but it is glitter, which like with my skin where I'm starting to get, you know, fine lines and wrinkles around this region, it's just like, it's like accentuating it. So I don't know that I love that. This cream blush is so pretty and it feels so nice on the skin. I can't say anything about the longevity or staying power of it just yet, but this feels very similar to the Melt quality for me. And those are hands down my favorite cream blushes. This is right up there. That is so nice. The brow gel, oh, wait a minute. Okay, this set after a minute because I was worried. It felt very, very wet, but no, they're set now. They're in a good spot. Okay, I'm very happy about that. I'm surprised and happy. The shadow stick in Cool Girl, it was fine. I don't love the metallic ones, I think. I think I prefer, they have like creamy ones or satin or even matte. I like that. This lipstick, this is beautiful. It feels so good on the lips. It feels so good. And the component, like this feels to me like a luxury lipstick. It has got like weight to it. And it's just like the packaging is very pretty and classy. I'm pumped about it. And I'm putting it back in the boxes again because it's what I do. Oh, I have one more thing to talk about. 2 more things. The lip mask, I already talked about how much I love it. But the other thing is the cream gel liners. I'm impressed with these. I think that they're doing their jobs nicely. They go on the waterline easily. They go tight line easily. They went on the lid nicely. I just like it. I feel like I want to add like rhinestones and glitter and all these things, but this is such like, it's a pretty look. So that's it. I know this was a little bit all over the place because I was talking about the trip and new products and everything like that, but I'm so incredibly grateful for this past week for so many reasons. I'm grateful to be invited. I'm grateful for the actual friendships that I think I made. I'm so grateful to the brands that helped make this trip a reality. Like, I'm just like, gratitude is what I'm feeling all over the place. Like, I'm spewing gratitude all over the place. And just, you know, I'm grateful to Samantha and Sembry for organizing this and for coming up with this concept of this community trip, rather than it being so focused on the brands and so focused on the products. And yes, we did get makeup products from brands, but the focus was community. The focus was on like making genuine friendships with these women. And just, I genuinely feel like they hit it out of the park with this one. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed me babbling on and on in this video. I'm just feeling like super high right now. If you couldn't tell, I'm feeling like I'm over the moon. So anyway, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your support and your kindness and your love. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel and just helps more people to see the content that I'm creating, and it means so much to me. Also, a lot of these brands did give us discount codes, and some of them are only good for a little bit, some of them are good for the month of May. So check out in the description box down below if you're looking to shop through some of these brands. I didn't get discount codes for everything, but I did get for some. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars, and I love you so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.